It's time to plan our next attack. What's the state of the Inquisition?
Our alliance with Orlais holds, for the present. They'll send aid on request.
And your actions at Adamant denied Corypheus his army of pet demons. With Orlais' support, our numbers match his. Corypheus' followers must be panicking.
My agents agree. Our victories have shaken his disciples.
Shaken is good. How shaken, though, are they? Like, ready to abandon ship at any point level of shaken? Or they're still with him, they're still there for the cause. It's just they have a little bit less faith in him. Let's hope for deserters. That's the best we can do at this point.
Perhaps they'll rethink following the Darkspawn Magister from the dawn of time. Where is Corypheus now?
After Adamant, Corypheus uprooted his major strongholds and sent them marching south to the Arbor Wilds. His army clearly wasn't prepared to flee. Our victories have them on the defensive.
Interesting. The Arbor Wilds, what is there? They'll be very, very, very hard to miss in that area.
Good of Corypheus to make it easy to find him. If he's hiding in the Arbor Wilds, that's where we finish him.
But what is Corypheus doing in such a remote area?
I have no idea.
His people have been ransacking elven ruins since Haven. We believe he seeks more. What he hopes to find, however, continues to elude us.
Which should surprise no one.
Morgan.
Fortunately, I can assist.
Well, please, continue. Thank you for knocking. Thank you for asking if you could join this meeting. Thank you for announcing your presence before waltzing into another big conversation with the Inquisition. I appreciate you making sure that you are just there when we need you.
I'll ignore that you wandered in without knocking. You have my attention.
What Corypheus seeks in those Forgotten Woods is as ancient as it is dangerous.
Which is?
'Tis best if I show you.
I'll be back. Wish me luck.
This is an Illuvian, an elven artifact from a time long before their empire was lost to human greed. I restored this one at great cost, but another lies within the Arbor Wilds. That is what Corypheus seeks.
These are like the mirror things that I saw in the Fade. Near the buildings that looked like actual locations. Morgan? What does this do? Okay. There's a lot of possibilities running through my head right now, and if what I think you're trying to say is actually what you're about to say, then there's a whole lot that we don't know about the Fade, and I am suddenly very, very uncomfortable with all of the knowledge that we have on the Fade right now. And just... how did you bring this here without anybody noticing?
You can restore an artifact like this.
There was a price, but one I gladly paid. I found legends of an elven temple within the Arbor Wilds, untouched. It proved too dangerous to approach, and thus I turned elsewhere to find my prize. If Corypheus has turned southward, he could succeed where I failed. The Illuvian would be his.
What does it do?
A more appropriate question would be, where does it lead?
I was afraid you'd say that. I was afraid you'd say that. All right. Then you go, Riley. Okay.
If this place once had a name, it has long been lost.
All right. There's a lot of those mirrors, Morgan. A lot of them, and a lot of them are smashed.
I call it the Crossroads. A place where all Illuvians join, wherever they might be.
Even the ones that I saw in the Fade. That wasn't really the Fade. I mean, technically, I was in the Fade physically. And there were these mirrors there. In places, next to places that looked like castles. That looked like actual buildings and roads and stuff like that. Was the Fade never really the Fade then? Is there something more to the Fade that we don't know? Did the ancient elves have some way in and out of the Fade? Did people used to, or elves rather, did they used to come in and out of the Fade that easily? Was it not even difficult for them like it is for us? Huh. That's something to pack away for a different day. This is incredible, though. This is absolutely incredible.
This place is extraordinary. How could this even exist?
Who can say? Formed from the fabric of time and space, perhaps. The ancient elves left no roads, only ruins hidden in far-flung corners. This is how they traveled between them. As you can see, most of the mirrors are dark, broken, corrupted, or unusable. As for the rest, a few can be opened from this side, but only a few.
So, theoretically, if those mirrors that I saw in the Fade hadn't been broken yet, I could have figured out a way to unlock them and go from there to here, and then use your Illuvian to go to Skyhold. Corypheus is after an Illuvian. That'll get him where, though? Where does that Illuvian go? Or can he unlock it to go anywhere? Does he want to come here? Is that what he's looking to do? He's looking to come, what, to the crossroads of sorts, and then use that to find another Illuvian that he can open, and then enter the Fade that way? Is he looking for one of the ones that hasn't been smashed in the Fade? We have to stop him. Like, we can't let that happen. Oh, that's terrifying. How did you find this, Morrigan?
How did you find out about this place?
My travels have led me to many strange destinations, Inquisitor.
That's a non-answer,
Once,
Morrigan.
They led me here. It offered sanctuary.
Sanctuary?
Not all the mirrors lead back to our world. The ancients were nothing if not resourceful.
What does that mean exactly?
If they don't lead back to our world, then...
Places between, like this one. I can describe it no better.
Interesting.
For a time, I had a safe place to raise my son. But only for a time. One cannot remain in between forever.
I'd imagine not. What do you mean by open from this side, though?
What do you mean a few can be opened from this side?
Some of the Illuvians have been left unlocked, like doors accidentally left ajar.
Okay.
All others are closed. They can be opened only from beyond.
So on their
Opened
side.
how?
With a key.
Do you have a key? I assume you have the key to your Illuvian. Do you have a key to others?
I suppose you have such a key.
The key can be many things. Each Illuvian is different. I have knowledge as well as power. Often that is enough.
And Corypheus wants this. Oh, this is awful. I didn't expect this.
Corypheus wants to come here.
This is not the Fade, but it is very close. Someone with enough power could tear down the ancient barriers.
Or find a working
and enter the
Illuvian.
Fade in the flesh, like Corypheus wanted to do with the anchor.
He learned of the Illuvian in the Arbor Wilds as I did. He marshals the last of his forces to reach it. You have made Corypheus desperate, Inquisitor. We must work together to stop him, and soon.
The fact that Corypheus wants in. I mean, the one thing that Morrigan didn't say was that if he got his way and got into that crossroad, yes, I know, Morrigan has the key to her Illuvian. But who's to say he couldn't figure out the key too? And then he'd have a direct link to Skyhold, to my people, to my home. Oh, no. Nope. That's not happening. That is never happening. Over my cold, dead body will that be happening. Morgan, is there anything else you want to talk about before I left?
I understand you have spared the Grey Wardens from destroying what goodwill was left them.
Yes.
'Tis good of you, considering the weakness Corypheus exploited was their own doing. Still, should a true archdemon one day arise, they will no doubt be needed. Or so they would have us believe.
Didn't you travel with the hero of Ferelden, though? Don't you actually know how they slay an archdemon? Wouldn't it be beyond so they would have us believe because you actually have seen it firsthand and you have knowledge of it? I'm very confused by that statement, Morgan. I'm gonna talk to you later.
I'll leave you to the garden.
Until next time, then.
I am not in the mood to play these games. Normally I could stomach them just a little, but after what just happened, I can't do that today. I don't know if I'm going to be able to for a while. Varric, I'll be back to say hi again. Solus, did you want to talk?
My friend.
I guess not. I'll talk to you later then.
We'll talk later.
Goodbye.
I'm almost a little surprised Solus didn't want to yell at me over the wardens, but you know what? I'm okay not being yelled at for 30 seconds because I feel like I'm either getting lectured or yelled at right now. Dorian!
You have remarkably little here on early to winter history.
I'm sorry?
All these gifts to the Inquisition, and the best they can do is the Malefica Imperio. Trite propaganda. But if you want 20 volumes on whether Divine Galatea took a shit on Sunday, this is evidently the place to find it.
Well, I mean, here's the thing, Dorian. Just fill my library with whatever you want. Tell them what you want as gifts and tribute, and that's fine with me. Is this not to your standards?
I see my library isn't up to your exacting standards.
It's alarmingly chaotic. I found a copy of the Oribalian in what seemed to be the Antivan Classics section.
How scandalous. Someone alert the Magisterium.
You laugh, but in some places there are punishments for that. Did I see something by Genitivi here? I could have sworn.
What is this about, Dorian?
What else could it be about? What happened at Adamant, of course. We went into the Fade. Physically went in.
We did.
Are you... all right?
Before I answer that question, Dorian, Genitivi has written everything in this library for the most part. I can't stumble 3 steps in an area with notes and books and all this other stuff without finding at least 12 of them written by Genitivi. We have plenty, trust me. I'm not okay. No, Dorian, I am the farthest thing from okay right now. It was awful. We lost Hawk. And I have a deeper understanding of what happened to me, who Corypheus is, and I can't think about it too much right now. Otherwise, I am not going to be able to be the Inquisitor right now, because it's a lot, and it's gonna take a bit. I can't talk about it right now. I appreciate the thought, I appreciate the sentiment, but I have to keep going.
I'm fine.
I was there. I saw it. You're just... fine?
No.
Yes.
Well, bravo. You do realize this feat hasn't been performed in over 1,000 years. Corypheus and his contemporaries entered the Fade and began the Blights. In comparison.
Yeah. I was lucky. Very, very lucky. We all were.
You're right. I was fortunate.
Indeed. Although there is cause for concern. If you can walk in the Fade, others will try to follow. Who knows what secrets Corypheus has revealed? Not all of them will be as lucky as you. What they could unleash. My advice? Keep this quiet. Let them speculate. Too many will see this as a challenge.
Oh, I 100% agree. I 100% agree. I had no wants to tell anybody about what actually happened. People don't need to know what we found. I don't want people trying to enter into the Fade, and who knows what that'll do and what messes we'd have to clean up.
That's a good idea.
There are enough idiots in the world who think if they just use enough blood magic, their problems will vanish. It's exactly the sort of thing I want to stop back home. This I don't need.
Same.
What I do need is a copy of the Liberalum. I'll wager I can find Corypheus's real name. If I can prove he was a grasping ankle-biter with no family to speak of, the luster would come right off. Wish me luck.
Good luck. Unfortunately, we know he wasn't an ankle biter, though. We do have more information about him, though, about, like, the temple, stuff like that, the blood sacrifice. Remember, we read that in the Fate. I have a copy of it. I'll have it sent over to see if that helps you. I should probably go see what's up with Vivian. And then I know I need to go talk to Liliana.
I expected ruins.
They were. As you see, the Inquisition has not been idle.
Would it be possible to meet the Herald before we return to Ghislaine?
My dear Laurent, for you, anything.
Oh, are you trying to get my attention? Okay, coming, Vivian.
Allow me to present Inquisitor Trevelyan.
Your worship, you do us great honor.
Inquisitor, this is my dear Bastien's sister, Grand Cleric Marceline, and his son, Duke Laurent of the Council of Heralds.
Madame de Fer has told us what great trials you faced, trying to save my poor brother's life.
The Maker called my father to his side. It was valiant of you to champion him in his final hours.
I wish we had been able to do more. Yes, definitely wish we'd been able to do more.
If only I'd been able to save Bastien.
The Circle of Magi told Bastien many years ago that his illness was incurable. It was simply his time.
Would you mind waiting for me in the chapel, my dears? The Inquisitor and I have business to discuss.
It has been our very great pleasure, Herald.
Nice to meet you as well.
So you've met the family now, and made a good impression in spite of yourself. Well done.
In spite of myself? I thought we were starting to become friends, Vivian. I thought we had moved past the whole subtle digs at Riley business. You're scheming again, aren't you? Vivian, what do you want?
Whatever you're planning, I want no part in it.
Oh, you've already played your part, darling. Properly worded, the righteous cause of the Inquisition can be used to great effect with my Bastien's deeply pious relations. With Bastien's loss, I have connections to the Council of Heralds and the highest levels of the Chantry, all thanks to you.
Well played. Well played, Vivian. Just remember who's Inquisitor. And just remember that this Inquisitor does not forget. Ever.
You always get what you want, don't you? No matter who you have to step over.
Of course I do, Inquisitor. I play the game to win. Well, I can't keep Marceline and Laurent waiting. Thank you so much for your cooperation, Inquisitor. I could never have done this without your help.
I appreciate the warning, but you shouldn't have come yourself. What if the guild found out, or what's his name?
Are you worrying for me or for yourself?
A little of column A, a little of column B. I am the expendable one, after all.
Oh, don't worry, I'll protect you. We'll just have to... Well, this is a surprise. You're the Inquisitor, right? Bianca Davry, at your service.
Did I just hear you say, Varric, that you're expendable? You're not expendable, Varric. I'll fight anybody that says otherwise. So you're a friend of Varric's? Interesting that you show up now.
I take it you're a friend of Varric's.
Who isn't a friend of Varric's? You have met him before, right?
Varric has friends, and then Varric has friends. So which level of friend are you? And why do you two look so nervous?
Why do you both look like cats that got into the cream?
She's taken a huge risk coming here herself. Maybe for both of us.
You're such a worrier. There's a giant hole in the sky. I think the Merchants Guild has bigger things to think about.
Bianca's got a lead on where Corypheus got his red lyrium.
The site of Bartrand's Folly, the tag Varric found, has been leaked. There's a Deep Roads entrance crawling with strange humans carting out red lyrium by the handful.
Oh, yay. More red lyrium. Is it ever not something about red lyrium? Wasn't that Tig in Kirkwall, though?
You can get there from Orlais. It's a long way to the Free Marches.
The Deep Roads are all connected. Or they used to be. Collapses and such. Some of them on purpose.
They really are roads. They spanned the Dwarven Empire, went to every corner of the continent, maybe further.
Huh.
In theory, you can get to any Tig using the Deep Roads, but in practice, there's a reason nobody uses them anymore.
Okay, so I guess we're shutting this down then.
We need to deal with this. As long as he has this source, Corypheus is that much more powerful.
I couldn't agree more.
I'll keep an eye on their operation. If you're interested in shutting it down, you've got my help. Try not to leave me waiting too long, Varric. I've got my own work to do, you know.
Right. That's not going to be trouble at all.
Nope.
Let me know when you want to head to the entrance.
Will do, Varric, will do. I've got to say hi to a few more people. And then I kind of want to see Cullen for dinner tonight, so maybe we'll leave in the morning if that's okay with you. Bianca, though, she sounds like trouble. Yup. Same name as his crossbow. Either she technically made the crossbow, or Varric's in love with her. Gonna turn in some research. Either way, this is trouble. Varric could very well be in love with her either way, though.
Inquisitor. I have been thinking. You remember everything now, yes?
I do.
The explosion at Haven, the Fade, escaping the breach. In your report, you said Justinia was with you. But only you emerged in the end. Why? Why were you the only survivor?
Okay. I have theories. A lot of theories. I don't think that that was actually Justinia. I think we were dealing with a kind of cold situation on our hands. Where whatever Justinia was in the Fade couldn't physically come through to the other side. I tried to save her, but it didn't look like she could. I think that your Justinia didn't make it, and I think that she was such a powerful force that a spirit embodied that and decided to take over her mantle and to kind of push through and help me survive so we could save the world, kind of thing.
Demons tore her from me. I couldn't stop them.
So you had no time to think, only to act. Her message to me. I failed you too. I'm not sure I understand what that means. Did you say anything else? Anything at all? Please, if you remember.
Oh, Liliana, I am so sorry. There was nothing else. I mean, I can recount the other conversations if you'd like, if that would help. There was nothing else like directly for you, though.
I'm sorry, Liliana. That was it.
There are no answers in the Fate. Only illusions. A warped mirror. Justinia has never failed me. I was her left hand. Now she's dead. I failed her.
No, you didn't. Liliana, you didn't fail her. Oh, it's exactly what she was trying to avoid, is you feeling like you failed her. Now I feel like I failed you because you feel like you failed her. Ugh. This trip to Adamant was just lovely. It was lovely. Adamant was lovely. I never, ever, 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 ever want to go through anything like that again. All right, let me go find Bull. I haven't said hi to Bull, Sarah, or Cole. I haven't seen Blackwall. I haven't even said hi to Josephine. I have to backtrack and do that. If not, I'll pop by. I know Josephine's super busy with everything that happened. So worst case, I'll say hi to Josephine in the morning. Cassandra, hi. How are we?